The ideas that we see as young people mold us as adults. Far too often in comics, we've just seen underrepresentation. And for a lot of young black people, for a lot of young Latino people, a lot of non-white groups in general, we just didn't see fair representation of ourselves in the comic book page. And you may say, well, why is that important? These are fictionalized characters. Well, the importance is, these things about these superheroes is, these are aspirations. This is perfection on page. When you see a superhero, he or she is basically that perfect being. They're good, they're strong, they have these abilities and so forth that dwarf anything that any of us could ever imagine.
This whole question of Afrofuturism, how do we as black people see ourselves in the future, and insisting that we see ourselves in the future in positions of power, in leadership, it just like that kind of optimism was here and just really flying in the face of all these myths that black people don't read, that black people don't read comics, that black people aren't interested in science fiction and fantasy, that black people don't write and produce and direct. You know, all these folks from Black Hollywood, both independent and studio-based, were here. You know, it just was this really incredible gathering.
Media has the power to change the world. People miss the education component with the cultural and fun component. Okay. And when those are mixed together, it comes out amazing. So just like Afro Comic Con, bringing the educational component along with the cosplay, along with the comics, the drawings, that's what makes it inspiring for people.
When I first heard of the organizers putting it together, Afro Comic Con together, I was excited of the idea, you know, but also like, you know, is it gonna work, right? Are people gonna show up? Are the organizers really gonna come through? And so the thing that I started to notice almost immediately over the past year has been like the updates have been like progress, and the actual result that I saw was fulfilled today, because it actually was exciting and it did feel new and fresh, and it did feel like people were getting value out of being here.
One of the things that was just incredibly welcoming when I walked in was a sign that said cosplay is not consent, that really talked about within this community creating a culture that said no to sexual harassment and sexual violence, and I loved that.